Caption Close Austin, as the filing period closed Monday for who's in and who's not as candidates for next year's elections, incumbent Republicans picked up a long string of challengers, most of them Democrats. Incumbent Republican Gov. Greg Abbott has 10 Democrats vying for his job, a recent state record, plus one little-known Republican. Lieutenant Gov Dan Patrick has one Republican and 2 Democrats who want his job. Now, the hard part begins, raising money and boosting name recognition. Officials with the various campaigns say they expect a frenetic 3-month run-up to the March 6 primary with a larger than usual number of candidates who will be vying for attention and campaign contributions as they scramble to make the cut to make it to November's general election. It's going to be an unbelievably difficult fundraising environment, with 20 to 25 people running in urban areas and with all the open congressional seats, said Matt Mackowiak, an Austin political consultant who is working on Austin lobbyist Trey Blocker's GOP primary challenge of incumbent Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller. People are going to have a much tougher time this year raising money, especially down ballot. Consultants also said Monday they expect that the way the filings have shaped up with primary battles, where cash-strapped challengers will have to spend money to get their name out, much of this season's political cash may be spent in the primary, as a prelude to statewide elections next fall that could cost less than in years past. 4 years ago, campaign finance tallies compiled by the Austin-based watchdog group Texans for Public Justice show that nearly $163.7 million was raised by statewide candidates for the primary and general elections. A whopping $92.5 million was raised by the 2 top candidates in the governor's race, with Democrat Wendy Davis bringing in more than $47 million and Abbott, who beat her by 20 points, raising nearly $45.5 million. Abbott is reported to have well over $45 million in his campaign war chest so far, which he is widely expected to spend strategically to help drive turnout for down-ballot Republicans and GOP legislative candidates. In the primary, Abbott will face Arlington communications contractor Larry Secede Kilgore, whose middle name says much about what his past political platform has focused on. The Democratic Party primary will feature former Dallas County Sheriff Lupe Valdez, Houston entrepreneur Andrew White, Dallas businessman Jeffrey Payne, San Antonio businessman Tom Wackley, Dallas financial analyst Adrian Osegueda, Houston electronics businessman Joe Mumford, former Balch Springs Mayor Cedric Davis Sr., retired school teacher Grady Yarbrough of Flint, Austin resident James Jolly Clark and Houston businesswoman Dimitra Smith. Patrick will face former Rockwall councilman Scott Milder in the GOP primary, and retired Kingwood accountant Mike Collier and Fort Worth auto sales manager Michael Cooper will face off in the Democratic primary. Most consultants and political scientists say the chances are good that the top 2 Democrats in that primary will end up in a runoff, another election that will cost them money but could help their name ID some against Abbott in the general election, though likely not enough to win. 2 other incumbent Republican statewide officials face GOP primary opponents.